see us? Can you see my screen, Magdalena? You can, right?
Yes.
Perfect. You're still frozen for them. Let me just unfreeze you. Now they can see you and they can't see the screen. So let me just quickly take care of that. Yes, that looks decent. And if I zoom in a bit like that, that's perfect. So, folks, let's discuss different topics. I think the stream is ready now. So I did not have any time to prepare a special material for today. I owe an apology to everyone, especially Magdalena. But nevertheless, we are still going to practice our speaking skills together with the people in the chat. So Parveen, thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you eagerly waiting in the chat. Hello Radek, hello Dayan and Yatsa. How's everyone doing today? And first and foremost, how are you doing today, Magdalena?
Today I'm so happy to be here
Mm-hmm.
in Thursday
Yes. On
because
Thursday. On
on
Thursday.
Thursday
Mm-hmm.
because my boss it's supposed that she's on
Mm-hmm.
holidays,
Mm-hmm.
but however she's checking all mails, all
Mm-hmm.
everything, no. But well, I'm happy to be here. I don't know. This is my ninth time or eighth time. I don't
Ooh, it's a good
remember.
question. I believe it is your eighth time. Should be eighth. I remember you were tied with Aisha Gül, but now you are already in the lead. Could be your ninth time as well. I'll have to check my records. Because we said we were going to do something special for your 10th anniversary, your 10th appearance together with Aisha Gül. Maybe some sort of crossover with the two of you. We'll see. I'm gonna come up with something special. But until that happens, welcome to Jada, who says hello, Magdalena. She
Hi.
always says we choose the days when she is at work and she can't watch the stream. But even though she is at work, she is currently on a break and she's watching. So that is dedication. That is proper dedication. Guys, like I said, we are going to discuss different topics. You will see the question on your screen and you can write your answers in the chat. So please participate actively and get in the conversation with me and Magdalena. So, Magdalena, you can read the first question that's on the screen.
Yes. What's the best sitcom, past or
Mm-hmm.
present?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are a lot of a
Mm-hmm.
lot of sitcoms, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe when I had a layover
A
in
layover.
the
Layover.
a layover
Mm-hmm.
in, I don't remember if it was in Munich,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Munich,
Munich. Mm-hmm.
and I was really tired because
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of layovers from a
Layover.
layover
Mm-hmm.
from for coming back to Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and I was completely asleep, and
Mm-hmm.
I went to the men's bathroom,
Oh, really?
and I was inside and said, "Oh, it's weird, but well." But in my mind was only like I want to sleep, I want to be in the plane
Mm-hmm.
again,
Mm-hmm.
no. And suddenly I saw a man,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me, "You are in the correct bathroom." Oh my God! I was really embarrassed of the situation, and I went out running of the bathroom. So for me, it was like,
Obviously.
oh my God, no.
A
Well,
tragic experience,
yes,
absolutely.
yes.
It was
Nowadays, yes,
it
like
was really
imagine.
something that you don't want to experience, even though it could have been much worse, obviously. However,
Yes.
the question was the best sitcom. And do you know what a sitcom is?
Um, comedy situation. It's
Situational comedy, yes. But
situational
I
comedy.
believe that the question is referring more towards particular genre of series or movies. Series primarily, such as Friends or How I Met Your Mother. Those are the
Um,
well-known sitcoms.
yeah, there
Mhm.
is a Spanish
Mhm.
sitcom.
Mhm.
It's the name in English. Well, in Spanish, it's
Mhm.
Muertos. That in
Mhm.
English will be death.
Mhm.
And this sitcom it's about
Mhm.
a funerary
Mhm.
that everybody wants to be the manager, and they create really funny situations. It's like a humor.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if it's correct this term, black humor,
Mhm. Dark humor, not black. We
dark
call it dark
humor,
humor. Mhm.
dark humor, and
Mhm.
it's funny.
I
It's
see.
good.
So you are a fan of dark humor. It takes a special kind of taste to truly enjoy dark humor. I don't know if guys in the chat like it. Let me check their answers. Jada says Modern Family. By the way, hello Katie. Welcome to the stream. We are going to have an interactive conversation with people in the chat and Magdalena here in the hot seat. So please make sure to answer the questions that appear on screen. So, Modern Family for Jada. Have you seen Modern Family, Magdalena?
No, no, I have
Mm,
heard about the
It's
football
quite big.
babies.
It's quite big.
Yes.
I've seen only a couple of episodes, but it's a funny sitcom. Though sitcoms are not really my thing. I prefer maybe something more serious. And frankly, I'm not even that into series in general. I either watch something religiously, like Game of Thrones. I knew all the side characters, I knew all the lore behind the whole series, or I just don't watch anything. That's my approach. 4 seasons on Netflix. Have you heard of that one, Magdalena? That's something
Mm,
Radek likes.
4 seasons.
4 seasons. So probably in reference to spring, summer, autumn, and winter, but we haven't heard of it, Radek. So please fill us in on the plot. What is it about? Mauro is here. Welcome, Mauro. Scrubs. That rings a bell. Have you heard of the Scrubs?
Scrubs, no.
People here have different tastes, which is great. I like that. What were Scrubs about, Mauro? Remind us. Modern Family is very funny as well. I agree. And Parveen has a really deep thing to say. Are you ready, Magdalena?
Yes.
Yesterday was history, tomorrow will be mystery, and today is a gift. That's why we call it present.
Yeah, I have heard uh this phrase, and it's
Hmm.
really amazing.
Absolutely. Very deep. I love
Very
it.
deep, yes.
Hmm. And it's true. It's true. I think that I needed to hear that. I wasn't feeling so good today. So, Parveen, you definitely made me feel better. Thank you for that. It's about 4 pairs of friends. So, are they young people or middle aged? Who are those protagonists of the story, Radek? Let us know. Perhaps some people will decide to give it a watch following this stream. Magdalena, are you ready for the next question?
Yes,
Let's
ready.
see. Please go ahead and read it.
How do you think traveling to a lot of different countries change a person? Oh my God, this
Changes.
changes a
Mhm.
person.
And I haven't prepared this. It is completely random, but it couldn't have been any more perfect.
It changes a lot
Hmm.
because when you go to a different country, you have to deal with different language,
Mm-hmm.
different traditions, different food,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of different things. So in
Mm-hmm.
that sense, you said, "Oh my God, maybe in my country I have this,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really appreciate." No,
Mm-hmm.
for
I
example,
appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in India, well, Parveen is in the chat, and maybe you can have both. No, you
Mm-hmm.
have the wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
and in on the other side, you can see misery. No,
Mm-hmm.
and in that sense, you said, okay, despite of those kind of things, people
People
is really
are.
happy. People are really happy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's changed you because when you come back to your country, you say, well, maybe I'm in a good situation, better than the people that I saw in my previous travel,
Mm-hmm. My
no,
previous journey, exactly.
previous
Your
journey.
previous journey, absolutely. So you realize the things you've been taking for granted are actually something that you should appreciate more, something that is not there for everyone. That is the sad reality, but traveling exposes you to those harsh realities of life. I think that people should try to travel as much as possible. I don't know about folks in the chat. Has traveling changed you as a person? Mauro, Radek, Jada? I'm not sure if it has changed me as a person, but it it might have changed me because prior to exploring different places, I was less open minded and maybe I held a certain degree of prejudice against not a particular group of people, but just thinking that Germans are always punctual or that their trains are always punctual. It's a sort of positive prejudice to have, but nevertheless, it is one. So when I actually went there and saw that, oh, two of my trains were canceled and the third one was delayed, it made me realize, okay, that is just a myth. It is not how people actually live there. So then when you hear German people complaining about something, you actually understand their complaints. You don't just say, oh, your country is already so perfect. What are you complaining about? It's not really like that. They have valid concerns. And at the same time, like you said, going to places that are unfortunately less wealthy than your country will reveal some very harsh realities, harsh circumstances people live in. So it does affect you. Change is a strong word, but it does affect each individual. Hello to Sarah. Welcome to the stream. Please be ready to type and join the conversation. And Mauro says Italians eat frogs. That is a prejudice I held in the past, and I still do to some extent, because I'm sure that people in the northeast of Italy do eat frogs. So it's just not that all of you guys do it. Did you ever, I mean, have you ever heard similar things about the Italians, about them eating frogs?
No, never. I only said that Italian people eat pasta and pizza and those delicious things, but not frogs.
Okay.
No,
Are
well,
there, uh-huh, go ahead.
frogs in some cities in my country
Uh-huh.
are eaten, but I know. For me, it could be like disgusting. I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
have
maybe I
you?
have to try.
Yes, exactly. Maybe that is something that will change you as a person.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps. What is the strangest food you ever had?
Um, maybe these little insects. I don't remember like snails, kind of snails.
Mm-hmm.
And
But they're not insects, they're
no, no,
animals.
no, like
Mm-hmm.
this, yeah, animals. And there are also g- grasshoppers. It's
Grasshoppers. Mm-hmm. Yes.
grasshoppers. Well, no, 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 no. For me, it was like never in my life I'm going to eat those kind of things.
So you've never had them. You just they came to your mind as something quite strange and disgusting, but you
Yes,
would
no, no, no.
never think about it. What about you guys in the chats? Mauro, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Let me hear the word frog. I am looking forward to that. Because I've eaten a frog. I've eaten a couple of frogs actually. I ordered the dish when I was in Albania, and it tasted like chicken, but it
Mhm.
was too bony. There wasn't much meat.
Mm.
You just you had to really chew around and make sure you grab all the pieces. The taste was very similar to chicken, but the overall experience was more annoying. So it's not like I'm going to order frogs ever again, but I'm glad I tried it. Why not? Why
Yes,
not?
why not? Well, chicken,
Snails.
I like chicken.
Yeah, exactly. No, believe me,
That could
if
be.
you're okay with chicken, you're gonna be fine with frogs. The only issue is when they bring the frogs to you. You know, they're really like frogs. So you see the legs and everything, and then your brain kicks in. If somebody served you that without telling you it was frog meat, you would eat it without any issues. You would feel no difference in taste. Somebody could serve that as chicken, you wouldn't question it, believe me. Radek says, of course, it changes us. We are more confident, open to others, and we can see other countries. World is beautiful. I agree with that, absolutely. The world is a very beautiful place. Uh, I know that for Magdalena, India was probably the most faraway country you've ever visited, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have been there 4 times, and for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Absolutely. What about you guys in the chat? Sarah, Maura, Radek, Parveen, Katie? What is a country furthest away from yours that you have visited? I guess in my case, it's gotta be the Netherlands. I've never been anywhere further away than Netherlands. I haven't really traveled that far. It's only been a certain radius of around 2.5 hours by plane, not more than that. So the kind of flights you've experienced, Magdalena, when going to India, I'm yet to go through that. But we can talk more about it later. Let's move on to the next topic. Oh, it's a controversial one. Go ahead and read it.
What do you think about reality TV? Why do you think it's so popular?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nowadays in my country, there is a reality show that
Mm-hmm.
there are like, I don't know, 8 people,
Mm-hmm.
famous, kind of famous people there,
Celebrities. Mm-hmm.
celebrities, and they have some mm, they have to deal with different ages,
Mm-hmm.
different conditions, no,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes they don't have enough budget for meals. They
Mm-hmm.
maybe they have only 5 minutes for having shower and those kind of things, no.
Okay, yes.
And well, to be honest, I don't see this reality show
I
because
I
in my
haven't watched. I
I
haven't watched
I
it.
haven't watched it
Mm-hmm.
uh, because, in my opinion, I think that everything behind is done. No,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that maybe they know who is going to win,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I have seen irregularities in this reality show. So that's why I don't follow this kind of realities.
Mm-hmm.
And they are popular because everybody, well, for example, on Mondays they are talking
Mm-hmm.
about this reality, no, and
So you
this
feel
is
out
like,
of loop. Everybody's talking about what happened on the show, and you just don't know what to say.
yeah, I have to recognize that maybe 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the first reality shows were really good
Mm-hmm.
because well, there were a lot of well, maybe they were more trusty, no, in
More
the past,
trusty,
or
trustworthy. Like you could
trustworthy.
trustworthy. You could trust them, right? You could believe in the shows, and they were more. They were not rigged. So when we want to say a show has its outcome predetermined, we all like the people behind the scenes already know what's going to happen. We can call that show rigged. So they were not rigged, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and maybe I saw with the celebrities and
Mm-hmm.
also with the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, was the best, no, because
Mm-hmm.
I love the emotion or the
Mm-hmm.
feelings when people is dancing, no.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, but well,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately nowadays I don't watch realities anymore.
I wouldn't say unfortunately, because Radek said, I really don't like reality shows, and I can second that statement. I really think that reality shows in countries like Serbia and most likely Poland are very toxic, because what you described, the eight celebrities going through challenges, that sounds to me like a decent show, something that people could still watch and maybe get to know those celebrities better, see them in a different light, and so on. But what most reality shows in Serbia are like is just strangers, uh, people you've just picked up from the street, going into one house and then doing the worst possible things, just trying to create as much drama as possible, whether it's conflicts over love, love triangles, cheating, drinking copious amounts of alcohol. All the worst elements of our society are presented in that reality show. So that's why, for me, I mean, what you described, eight celebrities being tested, it is even tolerable. I could put up with that. But what we have in Serbia, I would immediately ban. I would not allow anything like that on national TV. Let me see what the others have to say. There is a dish in Italy called Turio Tur. Oh, I can't pronounce that, Mauro. Sorry. Could you try, Magdalena? I don't know if you have the chat open. Look at Mauro's
Mm,
message. We have a dish a bit strong, which is called
Turci Ciurcinieri.
maybe. Ma- Mauro can confirm that for us. But lamb liver wrapped with guts. I'd rather have some frogs. What do you think about it? Does it sound appetizing to you?
No. No.
I don't know. What do Sarah and Mauro think? Maybe as Italians they don't like it either. I have never visited any country before, but I will definitely visit in future. You should, Parveen. Parveen has invited both of us to visit India. but you have already been there many times, Magdalena. So
Yeah, but I can go the fifth
anytime.
time, anytime.
Just like
You
the
tell
Marco
me,
Lingo
and
stream.
I'm in the airport right now. Don't worry about
Exactly.
that.
I love that. So she is a big fan of your country, Parveen. In Poland, they have some sort of sausage filled with blood with groats. I don't like eating this kind of meal. Yes, I don't think it is very appetizing. Well, what do you think about blood sausages, Magdalena?
No, no, no,
No,
no,
thank you. No, thank
disgusting.
you.
No, thank you. No,
This.
in this life.
Okay. Like the Spanish Temptation Island, it's another level. Yeah, yeah, no, 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 no. I mean, that's awful. We have Love Island now. It is a globally famous reality show, and it's really disgusting. Like the blood sausage level of disgusting in terms of reality shows. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question. Go ahead, read.
If you had to get rid of a holiday, which would you get rid of and why?
Which
Would
yes.
you get rid of?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So a specific
Um,
holiday could be
mm,
something national, or it could be something from, global.
oof. Well, it's well, maybe Independence Day.
The Independence Day
Independence
of
Day
Mexico, right?
of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because well, maybe in previous years,
Mm-hmm.
I watched
Mm-hmm.
the well at the night time the president gives a speech and
Mm-hmm.
said "Viva Mexico"
Mm-hmm.
and so on, and everybody celebrates at night eating national dishes. A
Mm-hmm.
famous national dish is called pozole.
Pozole, what is that?
Yes, pozole. It's
Not a blood sausage or
no, 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 no,
lamb
no, no,
lamb liver wrapped in
no,
guts. No.
no, no, no. It's a dish with corn,
Mm-hmm.
and inside it could be like with chicken, with pork meat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's with broth. It's with
Broth. Broth.
a
Mm-hmm.
broth, a broth, and it's delicious. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's good, and everybody with their families or friends, you are together and you celebrate and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's different because I'm not agree
I
with
don't.
this.
Not
I
I.
don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with this government. Maybe we have 8 years with
Mm-hmm.
this presidents.
Mm-hmm.
These presidents are not good for me. No, that's
Mm-hmm.
why I
Presidents
tried.
or politicians? You mean like multiple presidents, not just one? All the
Yeah,
presidents that have been
uh,
in charge.
the the previous one
Mm-hmm.
and the
The
current
current
one
one. Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah,
current
so the
one.
two latest presidents have been
Yes,
very bad. Mm.
yeah. So that's why I get rid of this
Mm-hmm.
celebration.
You would get rid of the Independence Day. What about you guys in the chat? What would you get rid of? Radek wants to come to India with us. I think that would be a lovely journey. Maybe we could all go to Parveen and visit his
Yes.
area. He said he was in a province not close to Mumbai, so I think it would be a new
No.
experience for you too.
Yes, because I think that Parveen Himachal Pradesh, if I don't
Exactly something like that. It rings a
Himachal
bell.
Pradesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's in the. I think that it's in the north,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? In the mountain area.
Mm-hmm.
I think
He
so.
he said something about the mountains, so I would say
Yeah,
he has
I've never been to the
something
mountain
to
area.
do. Then, Parveen, we hope you can host us. As
Yes.
far as my answer goes to this question, I really don't know. I mean, holidays are great. I don't want to get rid of any holidays. It is really impossible. So we're just going to move on to the next one. Go ahead, Magdalena.
What do app makers do that really annoys you?
Some features that they always add to their apps that are just annoying.
Um, Maybe we have a I forgot the word. When you have to restart
Mm-hmm.
the app,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
No, when you refresh it, when you
Refresh. So when you
when you
close and open the app, right?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
it really annoys me. It's my pet peeve.
Bingo. Yes. Excellent.
Because you say, why is not working? No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand when maybe how do you say when the oh my god, I forgot the word when they said you have to refresh or you have to
Mm-hmm.
upgrade
Mm-hmm.
the
Update.
app,
Update. Right. Mm-hmm.
update the app, and it doesn't work. You said no,
What am I supposed to do?
yes,
Your app is
it's
just not working. It's supposed to work and automatically update when necessary.
yes, the update, the when
Mm-hmm.
the you have to update, and maybe the previous one was better than the new one.
Which is the worst thing. I would like to
Yes,
have an option to select what I want updated. Because I remember some time ago, my phone, the entire system updated overnight, and I woke up the following day with a completely changed interface. Many of the features were not in the same place, and the overall appearance, the color scheme was different. It felt like I'd gotten a new phone. So that is something I don't like about app makers. They need to think about it better. The 15th of August is the 80th Independence Day, 79 years of freedom from British rule. Amazing. Congratulations, Parveen. Did you know that, Magdalena?
yes,
Oh, wow.
15 is from to India, and
Mhm.
15 September Mexico. So
Okay,
one
so
month before.
just a 1 month difference. Incredible. When did Mexico gain its independence?
15th September
Mm-hmm.
1810.
1810. Okay, you've been independent for quite a while.
Yes.
Mexico even had its own empire at one point, which is quite amazing.
Yes.
So, some interesting history facts. Next one, Magdalena.
Who would be the worst person to be stuck in an elevator
Mm-hmm.
with? How about the best person to be stuck in an elevator with?
Mm-hmm. Let's think about celebrities.
The worst person,
Mm-hmm.
a person who is claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic, really. So you wouldn't want to be with them. They would just cause too much drama.
Yes, yes. I remember that
Mm-hmm.
maybe 1 year ago with
Mm-hmm.
my coworker, we were stuck in the elevator maybe around
Ooh.
like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking. Maybe this was part of my for not thinking about in the problem.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And suddenly when the lights come again,
Uh-huh.
he was sweating
Really.
and pale, and
Oh
said,
my God.
What happened? Because when we have the problem with the elevator, I
Hmm.
asked him, "Are you claustrophobic?" And he told me, "No." Ah,
No.
okay. And I continued talking, blah blah blah, and I said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Yes, yes. Like I thought that he was
He was going to faint.
he was going to faint. Yes, but fortunately, no.
Fortunately, he stayed on his feet. So,
Yes.
claustrophobic people are to be avoided in elevators. Understood. And maybe some people who are too talkative. Maybe some people prefer just staying silent in traumatic situations like that. If you have somebody who is just going off, rambling on, maybe that would just drive you crazy furthermore. Depends on your personality too. I got stuck in an elevator once, but I had the fortune of it being the elevator with one side functioning as a window. So I could just look through the window and it didn't give me that claustrophobic feeling. I could constantly see the city and the view outside. So that was a very positive circumstance back then. Sarah has a friend in New Mexico right now, which is how far away from the Mexico City?
New Mexico in the US,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
suppose. It's maybe by flight, 3 4 hours maybe.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yes.
I can never get used to the North American distances because like I said previously, my longest flight was probably around 3 hours. And I flew to a distant location in my opinion, from my perspective. But I wouldn't even say New Mexico is considered a faraway place.
Yeah, but for us, it's 3 4 hours. Ah, it's okay, no, because
Right?
if you think that if you go to Europe, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if Italy, Spain, or Serbia or whatever. At least there are between 10 and 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. When you go
So
to
three
Europe.
or
So it's
yes,
very
so three
different.
4 hours is nothing.
Absolutely. And a person you don't want to be stuck in an elevator with is somebody who smells bad. That's what Sarah has said. And
Yes.
you are absolutely right for two reasons. So, not only are they going to ruin the experience for you, their smell could be toxic. If the air inside the elevator is concentrated with all sorts of acid smells, you could die from that stuff. Now, the second
Yes.
part was more on the joking side, but obviously, it sounds like a nightmare having to deal with someone who smells bad right next to you. Ah, she meant Mexico City, not New Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Oh, nice. Nice.
All
Awesome.
right. So I guess Mexico City and New Mexico, you could easily change them, right? You could easily confuse them because you have
Yes.
New York, that many people assume is the capital of the US, and New Mexico sounds like a nice name for the capital of Mexico. But it is Mexico City. Now, speaking of the best person to be stuck in an elevator with,
Well, my dream will be with Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. That's a good
Yeah.
choice, a valid choice, I must say.
Yes. 3 4 7 hours. I don't care.
No worries. You would hope that it would last as long as possible.
Yes, yes. Yeah, for me, it's well, I like that man,
Uh-huh.
and besides, I think he's one of my favorite actors. No,
Mhm.
because in one film he can be like completely thin,
Mhm.
and in other projects he's so fat,
Mhm.
and when he was Batman, he
Mhm.
was, oh my God.
Very
Oof,
fit.
very
Absolutely.
fit.
That is something that defines a good actor, the ability to adapt to each role. So he doesn't have one archetype, one role that he always portrays in different movies. He can really be anyone. So
Yes.
I like your choice. I'm not sure about my answer. There's really not a celebrity that I would love to be stuck in an elevator with, but perhaps a person who knows how to fix elevators. So an elevator technician. Maybe they could be a good choice. Not sure how much they could do without their tools, but they could at least provide good context for the situation and explain what exactly is happening and how how dangerous the situation is, because people sometimes panic and they think of the worst, but more often than not you're just in there for 30 minutes to an hour and then technicians come and save the day. So there are far worse situations you could find yourself in than being stuck in an elevator. It's more on the psychological side and claustrophobia. Let's move on to the next question. Oh, it's something for all the sports fans.
What is your favorite sports team? Well,
Mm-hmm.
it depends if it's soccer, if
Mm-hmm.
it's American football.
Do you actually
uh,
watch American football?
yeah, sometimes. I don't understand all the rules,
Mm-hmm.
but I have fun. What is the Super Bowl? Well, if it's American football,
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys.
Okay, Dallas Cowboys, right?
Nowadays, it's not the good one, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
it was the best team.
Mm-hmm.
And for soccer,
Mm-hmm.
national soccer,
Mm-hmm.
it's Guadalajara.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like this team because all the players are Mexican, not
Oh, all of them
not
are domestic players. Mm-hmm.
yes, domestic players, yes.
And it's
And in
really good because you can truly identify with all the players, and they too can identify with the team. When you have foreign players, it is much less likely that they will truly understand the passion that local people feel towards the club.
yes, besides, I think that here in Mexico
Mm-hmm.
there are very good players, no?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the at schools, maybe you can find uh, very good play football players, no?
Mm-hmm.
So the situation that is that the clubs
Mm-hmm.
should give the opportunity to be part of their teams.
They need to give the chance to young players, absolutely. And unfortunately, they are often focused on getting instant results, which end badly. If you don't get the results, you get in financial troubles, people start leaving the club, the fans lose interest, and it's a downward spiral from there on. So support your local team. But I have to be honest, I'm a big fan of Partizan Belgrade, which isn't my local team. However, in Serbia, it's quite an unusual phenomenon where 95% of sports fans are either going to support Partizan or Red Star. It doesn't matter where you are from, whether it's the northernmost part of Serbia or the southernmost part, you're going to either choose the red and whites, which are Red Star, or black and whites, which are Partizan. So it's unfortunate in many ways because smaller local teams don't get the support they deserve. And there are always some fans who do support those clubs whose passion is probably greater than the passion many casual Partizan Red Star fans feel. And many of us who support the Belgrade clubs and who don't live in Belgrade, we don't have a chance to watch every game. Usually when your team plays, it's somewhere around your town so you can go and watch the match. But for us, it's always, a 2, 3 hour drive to get to the stadium. So if I were to support my local team, I could go attend the games every weekend. I would likely know the players personally, or at least get to see them around my town. And by supporting Partizan, I'm missing out on that. So I'm glad to hear that you support a club that is growing domestic Mexican players. I like that kind of a story. I wish you lots of luck in the future.
Yes.
I don't know what the most successful team is in Mexico.
Well, the most successful is America,
I've heard of them.
America, America,
And
and America and,
mhm,
and Guadalajara are
mhm.
the most common rivals, like
Oh, the
Real
biggest
Madrid and
rivals.
Barcelona, the biggest rivals.
Got it. And there was also a team called Tigres, right?
Yes, Tigres is
Mm-hmm.
in the north part,
Mm-hmm.
and also big rivals is Tigres and Monterrey.
Yes, I've heard of Monterrey too. Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
think
they
I
are
might
in
have
the
even
north.
seen your team's name somewhere. The way you said it, could you say it again?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. Yes, it's a tough one to pronounce, but I think I've seen it somewhere. Next question.
What type of phone do you have?
It's a question that often gets people very passionate. Many folks talk about how sports fans are too passionate about something trivial, like 22 men chasing after a ball. But then when you start talking about whether somebody has an iPhone or an Android, things get pretty heated. So, what team are you on?
I'm Team Android.
Thumbs up.
However,
Thumbs up.
I have my phone jobs.
hmm
It's an iOS, but I don't like. I think that well, see, so I'm going to show those
hmm
those. I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
the.
yeah, I can see them. Yes.
Yeah, this is of jobs, and this
hmm
is my personal. This I like this because it's fold. You can fold it.
It's a
It's
fold
Samsung.
phone.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Samsung.
It looks amazing.
Uh,
Just the way it was constructed is really stylish.
yeah, I love it. I love it completely. I love it. But I think that, well, at least in Mexico,
hmm
everybody wants an iPhone
hmm
because it's only for showing off.
hmm
Everybody wants to buy the iPhone. I don't know if
hmm
it's 17
hmm
this year. I don't know, 17 or 18. I don't know. And everybody wants to have this one because it's part of showing off with everyone.
hmm
No, but sometimes they don't know all the functions of the phone. No,
Absolutely. Yes.
this is the problem. No, okay, you're going to pay more than $2,000,
hmm
maybe, but you don't know how to use
How to
the
operate the
phone.
phone. Yes.
Yeah, how
All you
to
care
operate the
about
phone.
is the Apple on the back.
Yes, or maybe they have an iPhone
hmm
and they go on public transport. So you say, It's it's difficult to explain that. At least in Mexico, though. In Mexico,
It is very
uh,
similar in Serbia too. It might be different in the US where the purchasing power is simply higher. So an iPhone or an expensive Android is not a luxury per se, but in Serbia, it is a status symbol having an iPhone.
exactly same here in Mexico. But well, I love Android because I think that the photos are better than the iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and well, for me it's easier than the iOS.
It gives you more flexibility. It gives you more
Yes.
flexibility. You can customize it as you wish. You are not forced to follow the pattern that Apple had chosen for you. So, for those reasons, I am Team Android as well. I'm a proud owner of Google Pixel. There's a free ad for them. Mauro is a Lecce supporter. I think we have already mentioned that during one of our streams, but he used to be a Juventus supporter when he was a child because his grandma was one, and she was a Juventus supporter her whole life. That's lovely. So you were able to put your passion aside, and those familiar with the Italian fan culture will know that you either support Juventus or you hate them. You can't be indifferent towards them. So Mauro, as a Lecce supporter, was able to set that hatred aside and support Juventus in favor of his grandma so she could be happy. That's a lovely story. Let's move on to the next question. Go ahead, Magdalena.
What are some good and bad things about the education system in your country?
Yes.
Well, nowadays it's a trending topic in my country.
Really?
Yes, mm, 2 weeks ago, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
there was an exam for people who is going to want to go to the national university,
Uh-huh. So public universities.
public university,
Uh-huh. So the
and
entrance exams, right?
yes, entrance exams. And the previous years
Mm-hmm.
was
Were.
were presential. No,
Mm-hmm.
they have to go to different schools
Mm-hmm.
and do the exams.
Mm-hmm.
This year was different.
Uh-huh.
The exam was online,
Okay.
but unfortunately, through AI,
Mm-hmm.
some students or thousands of students
Yes.
cheat.
A good portion cheated.
Yes, cheat on the exam. So they are going to repeat the exam
Mm-hmm.
in a presential way, but
Mm-hmm.
no in Mexico City. They are going to move to different cities around Mexico. So I don't know. It's a difficult situation
I can
because
imagine it was a big scandal. A big
yeah,
scandal
big
in Mexico.
scandal
Mm-hmm.
because the person who was in charge of the exam, he or she,
Mm-hmm.
he was fired
Mm-hmm.
the last week, and everybody is complaining about the situation because maybe they said, "Oh, I can't go to Guadalajara, for example,
Mm-hmm.
for doing the
Mm-hmm.
exam. So
Yeah,
I'm
to
going
do to do the
to
exam,
do to do
absolutely.
the exam. So for me, it's impossible. So nowadays, it's a difficult situation.
It
Well,
is. Unfortunately, it is going to be those students who are going to suffer the most because their hard work was not rewarded, and so many of them, even the ones who didn't cheat on the exam, are going to be punished and they'll have to leave, travel to different cities just to take the entrance exam for the second time. So those are very bad things. Is there anything positive about education in your country?
uh, in public schools, I think
Not
that
much.
almost not much. No, because obviously the teachers are not well paid,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have a good benefits,
Mm-hmm.
perks, salary, and most of the time they are how do you say when they don't go to for work and
Mm-hmm.
they they on a strike, or
Uh-huh.
they
Are
are
they on a strike? Yes, on a strike.
on a
Perfect.
strike,
Uh-huh.
and so that's why the unfortunately the children
Mm-hmm.
miss a lot of classes during the whole year.
I mean, I'm laughing because it reminds me of what we experience here in Serbia. I remember during my final year of elementary school, the entirety of the second semester, so the spring semester, the classes were shortened to 30 minutes. Normally, elementary school and high school classes are 45 minutes in Serbia, but as a form of strike and protest, the teachers reduced the length, the duration. So it was, I mean, for us as students, a pretty good time because as a school student, you don't really want to sit through all 45 minutes. But then now as a teacher, 30 minutes, especially with 20 to 30 kids in the classroom, is far from enough to do anything.
Yeah, I think that education is worst in my country.
Mm-hmm.
According to the new government, that's why I don't want this
Mm-hmm.
new system. Everybody pass. Not
Really? Nobody
yes,
can
not
fail.
nobody can fail. So you said really? So
Mm-hmm.
and also it doesn't matter if you go or you don't go to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Really? No, I remember that in my times, well, you
You
have to
had to
be
meet certain requirements in order to pass.
yes, yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
great,
Mhm.
to be punctual, homework. Besides, not a lot of homework because they are going to stress. Really? Oh my
Ridiculous.
God.
Oh
Yeah,
my
ridiculous.
god. I don't know in whose favor is that? Like who's benefiting from such changes? Because we as a society are not. We need to have certain standards and enforce them. Otherwise, we are just going to see university degrees and formal education further lose its credibility. Because now in Serbia, we are seeing that every other person has a university degree. There are so many public universities that are known to be very easy. You just need to show up for classes and do the bare minimum. You're going to squeeze through all the exams and get your diploma. And then if 20 people have the same degree, or not 20, 200,000 people have the same degree, that one individual who worked really hard for it won't stand out as much. All of a sudden, that degree doesn't mean anything. You'll have to test their abilities, check
Mhm.
their backgrounds, so on. You'll have to find that differentiating factor that will set apart good candidates from the bad ones. So, like you said, we need to enforce the rules. We mustn't allow everyone to pass. And Mauro, who is an art teacher, soon to be a tour guide, says it is not any better in Italy regarding teachers' conditions. I'm not sure which country has a good education system. Maybe Finland. Their system is known to be quite efficient. Can't think of
Yeah.
any other good examples. And it's tragic. Everybody is investing in military and in their soldiers, but teachers are the people who shape the future. They are the ones working with the future of the country, the children who are going to be your doctors, your soldiers, your teachers, your engineers 20, 30 later, 20 or 30 years down the line. So, if there's one thing we can say to our governments, invest more in education. Next one.
What do you get every time you go grocery shopping?
What is something you never
Mm,
miss to buy?
Vegetables,
Vegetables?
fruit,
Okay.
and dairy, like
Dairy.
cheese, milk. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are the most common things that I buy when I go shopping. When I
No, go
do
grocery
go
shopping.
grocery shopping.
Yes, perfect. So you know that you don't want to buy any sugary items like chocolate bars. You stay away from those.
Sometimes, but now I'm on a diet, so for now, it's freedom for me.
Okay. So
Unfortunately.
for me personally, I am currently successfully avoiding sugar, but it's only been 2 weeks that I've decided to cut it out. So we'll see if I can stay persistent. Parveen says education is the key to unlocking the world, a passport to freedom. And if we never made any mistakes, we couldn't, or that would mean we never tried anything new. Exactly. Exactly. Education is really the key to unlocking the world. Because if you don't have your education and your knowledge, your worldviews are going to be very limited. And you might just stay in your country, not travel anywhere because you believe the propaganda that is being shown around you. Next question.
What problems will technology solve in the next 5 years? What
Mm-hmm.
problems will it create?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those questions are for me.
It's a burning topic. It's a burning topic these days.
Yes. Well, for example, today in the
Mm-hmm.
morning time, I had a conference with related about technology with cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they say that maybe in the following years, maybe you are going to have better solutions for your current activities.
Mm-hmm.
No, and but it's true. It's true. Now AI is solving some um, routinary
Mm-hmm. Routine
activities,
tasks. Mm-hmm.
routine tasks, but not more than that until now. So far, so
So
far.
far, yes.
Maybe in the next 5 years, maybe we can create more things.
Mm-hmm.
But however, on the other hand, I think that those situations will finish in getting out people of their jobs.
Uh-huh.
No,
So
because
the the
a
the end
machine.
result will be people losing their jobs.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's common because nowadays you can, for example, if you go to the shopping mall,
Mm-hmm.
there are there is no more a cashier.
Mm-hmm.
You pass your products and you make your bill by yourself and you
Mm-hmm.
pay by yourself and nobody is helping with
Really?
that.
We don't have
Yes.
such stores in Serbia yet. At least not in smaller towns. Maybe there are some specific locations in Belgrade, but they are not a common thing. Though we do have the self-service checkouts, so there will usually be one counter, one cash register with a human staff, and then maybe one or two self-service counters. What about Mexico? Are those stores without any human staff a common thing?
Maybe now it's a mix, no?
Mm-hmm.
Self checkout and the people who is helping
The
with
cashiers,
the
or the people
cashiers.
helping, right? Not even the real cashiers, the people who are just assisting those paying through self-service
Yes,
registers.
only
Mm-hmm.
yes. So it's like well.
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the most common balls.
Mm-hmm.
I have found this situation. I said, well, it's good,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately, losing jobs is going to be. It's a fact,
It is inevitable. Do you know the word inevitable?
inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It is something that can't be avoided. It's inevitable. So unavoidable. It is going to happen, and it is already happening. Though I've seen the news that some companies are now rehiring the staff they previously laid off because they realized AI is starting to cost more money. Somebody needs to correct all the mistakes that AI makes, and the companies which are producing those AI tools are now starting to charge increasingly high prices, because what people don't think about is where all that content comes from. And it comes from electricity, basically, which still needs to be generated
Mm-hmm.
through water or other forms of what do we call it, like power generation. So we are going to see very interesting things in the next 2 or 3 years. Either AI is going to become so commonplace that even your grandparents are going to use it, or it is going to once again become something reserved only for the higher levels, the higher echelons of society. Because this sort of limbo where a certain portion of the society is using AI, some people are using it day and night, they're just, using the tokens, and all that costs money and costs energy. So, bottom line, it's either going to be positive or negative. It won't stay like this. Right now, it's not really affecting us to a great extent, but 2 or 3 years down the line, we are going to see significant changes. I've got a sweet tooth and I can't help myself. That's what Parveen says. Have you got a sweet tooth, Magdalena?
Yes, sweet tooth is a person who eats a lot of sugar. Well, I remember that in India all
Mm-hmm.
the desserts are so sweet, are
Really?
delicious, but they are so sweet in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
What are some typical Indian desserts?
You love jamun?
Come
Oh
again?
my God.
Julan Jamun.
You love gulab jamun?
Ah,
It's
Gulav
the
Jamun.
name.
What is
Gulab
that?
jamun. It's um it's a fried um it's a fried candy,
Mm-hmm.
and when it's and with syrup, and
Uh-huh.
it's very sweet syrup,
Sweet
and
syrup and fried candy. So it sounds
fried
like
candy.
quite a sugary ordeal.
Yes, it's delicious. It's
Uh-huh.
delicious, but it's
But
oh my
extremely
God.
unhealthy.
Yeah, extremely unhealthy. Yeah,
Oh,
and also I think that also the Turkish
desserts are quite
desserts
sugary
are
too.
quite
Yes,
sugary too. In my are
absolutely.
also delicious though,
What
delicious.
goes
But
goes without
baklava,
saying. Baklava is
oof,
essentially fermented sugar topped with more fermented sugar.
yes, it's delicious as well.
Delicious, absolutely, but very sugary. So if you guys are on a diet, don't go to any Turkish or Indian dessert shops. You're not gonna have a good time there. The final question for today can be a very easy one, a very positive one. Which is more important, having a great car or a great house?
For me, a great house.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, it's a good asset
Mm-hmm.
if you have to sell it in when you have maybe a difficult monetary situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good asset. A great car is expensive, and it's in the following years is going to
Mm-hmm.
his value
Its value. Mm-hmm.
its value is going to be less, no?
Mm-hmm. Is going to be lower. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be lower, but a house, the prices are going
Mm-hmm.
to increase. So I prefer
Mm-hmm.
a great house.
Absolutely, I agree with that. So a car is a depreciating asset, which means it loses its value over time. In fact, cars might be one of the worst in that regard, since a new car that costs $50,000 is suddenly going to cost 35,000 once you drive it out on the street. Once you drive out of the car salon. So I would definitely go for a great house. And people in the chat agree with that. Sarah says you can't live in a car. Well, technically, you could. I've seen YouTube videos of people living in their cars, but most of those were some SUVs or at least, Jeeps, larger vehicles. Living in my Grande Punto would be a struggle. Not sure how plausible that would be. But Parveen says there needs to be a good balance between a house and a car. Fair enough. Uh, Speaking of a great house, Magdalena, what is a great house for you? How do you imagine
uh,
it?
well, a great house,
Mm-hmm.
maybe at least the necessary rooms like
Mm-hmm.
bedrooms, living room, dining room,
Mm-hmm.
a huge kitchen, and
Okay.
also with a garden, with a garden.
Okay, yes. So having a garden is a must. You need that space
Yeah,
in and around the house.
yes, because
How many
well,
floors?
2 floors.
Okay.
I think that with 2 floors it's okay.
It's more than enough. There are
Yeah.
also many disadvantages to having a huge house because somebody needs to maintain it. You're most likely not going to be doing that, but all the different housekeeping options cost money. Maybe they're going to invent some really good robots that could do it instead of people in the future, but as of right now, house maintenance can quickly add up. So you want
Yes, my
something that is easily manageable.
yes, and also for cleaning, no, it's
Hmm.
like oh my God.
Exactly. That's what I meant. So not only the maintenance
Hmm.
in terms of changing leaking taps, but also cleaning. That's the primary cost you're going to have if you want your luxurious house to actually be clean from the inside. Otherwise, if you're just gonna create, a mess out of that house, why spend so much money? You could live in a cheaper house and just throw things all over the place. So
Yes,
that would
absolutely.
be a great house, and I agree with that. And would that house be in Mexico City or elsewhere?
Mm, Mexico City.
Okay, so
So
you are
far.
a local patriot. You don't mind staying where you are.
Yes, but well, in the future, I would like to have to live in a different country. Why
Hmm.
not?
Perhaps India.
Perhaps India. Yes, in Delhi.
In Delhi, yeah. Well, where would you say real estate is cheaper, India or Mexico currently? Mexico
Uh,
City or Delhi, to be precise.
no, cheaper Delhi. Delhi.
Cheaper in
Mexico
Delhi.
City. It's oh my God, it's so expensive
Hmm.
to have a house.
It costs an arm and a leg.
Yes, it goes on arm and a leg. Yes.
Yes. So you probably should look elsewhere. Perhaps Delhi. That would be something that would allow you to eat those sugary things every single day. Not the greatest thing for your health, though. So
No,
you would have
absolutely
to
no.
practice some self control, how to control your impulses. Would you say you're good at that? Like, if you feel the urge to eat something sweet, can you just tell yourself to stop? Or will you reach for that candy you have in your drawer? What kind of a
I
person are you?
think that maybe it depends on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when it's spring or summer,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like something sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe when it starts to feel a little bit chill
Mm-hmm.
in here and the cold in December, November,
Mm-hmm.
I like something like chocolate
Mm-hmm.
candies
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I analyze myself and I
Mm-hmm.
gain weight in the last month of the year in December.
I see. So that is
As
the critical time.
yes, a critical time because a lot of parties, a lot of celebrations, and a lot of greasy and
Mm-hmm.
greasy food,
Unhealthy food, yes.
unhealthy food. Yes.
And not as much physical activity because where can you go? Or no, I mean you are in the northern hemisphere. I always sort of bite my tongue and think whether Mexicans have summers like we do or if it's the other way around, but you are in the northern hemisphere. So December is the cold month for you. It is
Mm,
winter.
yes, December or January. Sometimes more January than December.
Of course, but you do experience the same seasons as we do. You're not like the
Yes.
Brazilians who
Yes.
celebrate New Year's Eve on the beach. That is something
Yes.
unimaginable to me
Yes.
because
Me
all
too.
those movies with Santa Claus going down the chimney and climbing, snow-covered rooftops, none of that
Hmm.
matches the reality in Brazil. Their Santa Claus is surfing, That
Yes.
is the difference. Just a second. House is not made in a day means that great things take time, whether learning something or building something. Absolutely. That is a wise idiom for the end. Just be careful about the spelling, Parveen. So, whether and whether are homophones, but they have different spellings. So, the WH one is the one that can replace if, and the WEA, so on, is the one that refers to how the climate is on a particular day. So sunny, snowy, so on. Magdalena, thank you so much for being a great guest as always and for coming up with amazing answers to very random and sometimes difficult questions. I appreciated all of them and you were genuinely able to express yourself clearly. So whether it's thanks to Marco Lingo streams or just you being a good improviser, I am nevertheless very happy with how you performed today. Do you have any final thoughts?
I like this stream
Mhm.
because it was different I, and everybody participate in the
Mhm.
chat in the chat as well. So I
Mhm.
like this dynamic.
Yeah, it was great. I like that too. So people could equally participate, just like the guest in the hot seat. And it was also unpredictable because usually, if we go through the lesson, you will know okay, the topic is architecture, art, work, and so on. But here, one question was about reality shows, the other one was about food, third one about education. So you really had to have a deep understanding of English to be able to express your thoughts efficiently. We have one final question from Parveen. What is your favorite season of the year and why summer, winter, or rainy? Aha, so he's asking why that one. Go ahead, Magdalena, you can answer first.
For me, autumn
Autumn.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's not so cold, it's not raining, it's not so hot. So it's the for me it's the better the best weather for doing almost all activities.
Absolutely. I would say, on the other hand, spring, for many of the same reasons that you mentioned. The only reason why I prefer spring over autumn is because spring has a more positive vibe to it. Autumn is the time when plants die. You know, they go from being beautiful, blossoming, to just being yellow and then completely dying off. And gradually, the weather gets worse and it brings some sort of melancholy and negative emotions in you. But, the spring, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. So you are going from a long, cold winter, and gradually the nature starts to awaken again, and birds are singing, temperatures are rising. It gives you that sort of optimism. So I like the vibe of spring more, but my top two seasons are spring and autumn. And one horrible thing about global warming is that we are gradually losing those transition
Mhm.
seasons. We are going towards a future where we are simply going to have summers and winters. It's either going to be summer or winter. There won't be anything in between.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
That will be a huge loss. But folks in the chat, I'm sorry that somehow we ended on the negative note with with climate change, but it is the reality. I mean, when you go outside and it's 45 degrees Celsius, you can't just bury your head in the sand. You can't hide away from the problem. You have to realize climate is changing, and we need to take steps in order to at least minimize the impact it is going to have on us and our surroundings. Parveen loves rainy weather because ducks can dance in the rain and everything is green. That is quite poetic. Parveen, you could
Yeah,
maybe write something, some
the
poem.
monsoon. No,
Yeah, the
the monsoon
monsoon.
is
Yeah,
in India
that's
is
right.
typical
But I,
typical
I
weather.
I love how he added ducks dancing in the rain. That is quite picturesque. It allowed me to create that picture in my mind. I could see those ducks in front of me. Really beautiful. But folks, that's something positive. We have a future poet in the chat. Until next time, everyone in Europe, Africa, and Asia, have a great night. And folks in the Americas, including Magdalena,